Welcome back to Minecraft Let's Play Season 1, Episode 9. Today we are going to be talking about enchanting. Now, there is a couple different ways to do enchanting, and we are going to talk about a few of them today. So, when we talk about enchanting, you've also got to talk about experience. So the green bar right below your heart and your hunger bar is your experience levels. And you can see how ours currently says 38. Yes, that is a big jump since our last episode. I've spent the time since then building some of those levels up and working really hard trying to get those levels back up. And it's important that for the beginning of today's episode that those levels are up above level 30. So there's a few things we actually need to grab. I also have gone through and sorted through all of your dies. These 4 dies are dies that pretty much can only be made with either blocks we don't have yet or through other dies. We are missing one single die, and that is the cocoa bean or brown dye. And we can't get that unless we either trade with a wandering trader, or we find a jungle biome. So we will probably go ahead and make our wool farm here shortly and just have 2 white sheep, because of course I won't be dyeing the sheep white. They're already white, so there's really no use dyeing it a second time. But we will have 2 white sheep, and one of which I will dye brown later on. So, second thing, we are going to go up to the top here. And this chest. No, this chest. Yes, we are going to need some iron ingots. And I'm missing the other block we are going to need. Is it in here? No, but we can go ahead and drop these, this, not that, but definitely the leftovers. I made a whole bunch, and that will be explained here in a few minutes. So, going back up here and get some stone. I believe 1 iron ingot is all I'm going to need. A lot of iron. So I'm going to need for that. Go ahead with some more of those just in case, but stone. Put back here just in case. Ooh. And it is going to be more than that. Fine. Last script? Nope. Ooh, yes, okay. So, that will give us enough for this. Now, I can already hear some of you asking, what do we need an anvil for? Well, first of all, we're going to go over here and we're going to set the anvil down over here by our blacksmith house. And then we're going to go look at our villager breeder, which has been continuously working. So, go ahead and set that right there. And we are going to go ahead and use this grindstone real quick. So, repair and disenchant. So, a grindstone you can place in here and say, I wanted to heal up this iron sword. I could place another iron or another sword in here and heal them up. I believe it actually only works for netherite though. So, putting this in with this is not going to do anything because it's not netherite. Might work in diamond, but not usually. But if I put this golden shovel with fortune 2 on it and I take it out here, it's going to give me a plain golden shovel But if any of you were paying attention down here to my experience bar, it also gave me the levels, some extra levels from that. So I'm not going to use that. It's leather cap with thorns 2, or thorns 1. So my bar down here is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clips. If I take this, that's going to give me another point. So I'm up at 7 points on that 38. Now, our villager breeder has been working. I did have to make this channel here one deeper and add in a lot more beds, but that will need to come up. But as you can see, we have 2 remaining villagers in here, and I did say 2 remaining villagers. If we go out over here, I've sort of started on a villager trading hall, and I've set them all up as librarians, which means, as you can see, this is where all those extra lecterns came in. Each of them has... How in the world do you have 2 in there? I'm not sure, but I'm not taking that fence down. If you click them into trade, you will see how I have traded with all of them once to lock in their trades, which is why I have kept the farm going over there, because I've been trading with our farmer villager to get a whole bunch of diamonds. But 11 emeralds for Luck of the Sea 3, 14 emeralds for Fortune 3, and so on and so forth. Bane of Arthropods, which is good once we get spiders, Depth Starter 3, Infinity, Efficiency 4, Mending for 10, Silk Touch for 6, Looting 1 for 6, and Aqua Affinity for 8. Now this Looting 1, I didn't want Looting 1. I was trying for Looting 3. But after spending the entirety of the day cycle yesterday, constantly clicking this guy in and out, and trying to get looting and not getting looting at all, I finally settled for Looting 1. I can always combine books and make Looting 3. So, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to actually, before we actually start enchanting, we are going to go back here and to our base, and we are going to get a couple of building blocks along with sleeping. So, go back here first. Go ahead and head on up here. And we are going to go ahead and get a stack of dark oak planks. We're going to make that 2 stacks. Go ahead and put this down back away. I want some of those cobble deeps, is what I'm thinking. Let's see, what should we do now? Usually I would use andesite for this one, but we don't have a whole lot I'm going to say blocks, and I don't like using wool for the outside of a build. Inside is fine, but wool is very flammable. So if it is struck by lightning during a thunderstorm, wool will burn the entire house down, the entire building down. So don't really want that. At the same point in time, I don't want to use stone because I'm already using copper deep slate. So I think we're gonna go ahead and end up using, oh, wait a minute. That might not be a bad idea. Where are they? Oh, I'm gonna have to get some more eventually. But some regular oak logs should be a nice contrast, give us that lighter color. So we are going to come down here by the blacksmith shop. And hello, farmer. I have gone through and I have also lit up our village, so we shouldn't get too many spawns down here. But so right on the other side, right over here. Nope, this is not gonna work. I'm thinking about this a little bit more critically now that we're here. And as much as I would love putting our enchanting over here, I don't intend for our base to sprawl that direction. I intend for our base to sprawl this direction. How in the world does our leather worker clear out here?
Huh?
Yeah, why are you out here? I'm not quite sure why he's out here. He must be watching nature. But why he's not at his station, I'm not sure. It is working hours. It is 10:30. So that is, we will be talking, so in the discussion of the villager mechanics that we were just talking about, villagers have, as of the 1.14 update, a set schedule for throughout the day. They go about certain specific tasks and basically work their jobs. You can assign and take away tasks or job blocks during that time. And basically, it's their job during that time to do their jobs. So, that he's out here during villager working hours is a bit confusing. So, actually, we're going to go right here. Not the easiest way, but I'm trying to save our levels for the moment. And I'm not picking up anything. Head back over here and we'll drop something off. Okay, let's go ahead. We'll drop off our shoes for the moment. Don't really need it. We may have to drop off something else. But I've got a plan to get to the dragon, and from here, enchanting is the first step. Next episode, we will be going to the nether. That right there is the reason I do not use gold tools very often, is that gold tools do not have much durability. If you're in the nether, they're a boon, because go ahead and drop these off. We'll pick the pack off once that's clear. Piglins won't attack you if you're wearing gold armor or have a gold tool. gold armor is the best preventative though, and not attacking you, because even if you are wearing gold, they will attack you. But there are other nether mobs that make it so that I do not like entering the nether without a bow. So today, our big job will be getting an enchanting table set up and enchanting our first pickaxe. So I am going to go into a bit of a time lapse while we finish clearing this on up. Okay, so you can place your bookcases in whatever manner you want. Personally, I prefer placing my bookcases in this order just because it only takes up half of, or two sides of a room. Because otherwise, if you put them all in the same level, then they literally wrap around in a U, and you've got one spot where you can go in and out to the enchanting table. Now, the rules for bookcases are a little bit complicated. So, to get the full 30, level 30 enchantment, which we don't have our lapis lazuli, so it's not going to let us, but it will show us the full 30, will let us, we have to have 16. Now, I prefer, rather than just a book here, 2 bookcases here, the little wings, and that's a decorative piece for me. And really that's it. I have the letters turned off, but usually, now that this is activated, which you can see by the book moving, the bookcases have to be within 1 block. So there's supposed to be 1 block gap between the enchanting table and the bookcase, and they can't fall below 2 blocks. So putting them here is fine. Another row up is fine. Putting in another row there is fine if I didn't have a floor going around this. So if there's any block, so if I had taken this brainstorm and I put it here, that bookcase would no longer work because there is a block between this and the enchanting table. So, second, now that our bookcases are set, if we put something in here, so even though I exited out and I came back in, that bottom level is still going to say efficiency 4 because my bookcases are set. Now, what you have to do to change your enchantments is you have to either put something else in and pull it back out, or, and that's actually enchanted, not just that. So you have to use this efficiency 4. So it's still going to give me efficiency 4. Now, the story won't give me efficiency 4, so it's going to give me knockback 2. But you either have to use up the enchantment that's there, which is why I put part of the reason I put barrels in here is I will store lapis lazuli, which is what you need to enchant, along with books, because you can always enchant books to get rid of an enchantment you don't want. Or the way I've seen it also done is they set up a redstone bill where they will take bookcases in and out, because if you just destroy a bookcase, you will not get a bookcase back unless you have and now I'm drawing a blank. But now that we've got that set up, we will show you the wonders of enchanting books. And so first we've got some of those. And those. So not every enchantment can go on every single item. And Silk Touch was the enchantment that I was looking for. There are some that can only go on specific items. There are some that do better on others than others. It all depends on what you personally prefer in a lot of ways. So don't want to come in and there's a mob. There's a skeleton or a zombie in here or something like that. There we go. And I will eventually be putting a door on this. I just didn't put the door out yet. So let's go ahead and run back up here. I forgot to grab a lapis. So run up here. I believe we have lapis up here. I shouldn't have to run here. Nope. There it is. So there is a couple of different ways to enchant. With an enchanting table, you can only enchant items that have no enchantments on them, and that is going to take lapis lazuli and metals. So this is a level 30 enchantment, and that's going to put efficiency 4 ... which means possibly something else on our enchantment. And it's going to take 3 lapis lazuli and 3 experience or enchantment levels to do that. So, or we can do the level 9 enchantment, efficiency 2, or our level 3 enchantment, efficiency 1. So this is our level 1, level 2, level 3 enchantment. I don't really like any of these enchantments, so I really don't like any of those enchantments. So, and where the level 30, level 9, level 3, and that kind of thing comes in is in your experience bar. If this bar down here is not at level 30, you are not going to get anything. You cannot access this level 30 enchantment. So if my bar was 28, it would show me what this is, but it would not let me get that one. So let's see, sharpness 1, sharpness 1. We will go ahead and do sharpness 1. And so now that book has sharpness 1 on it. And we will go ahead and drop our sharpness 1 book down in there. And then, let's see. What is it going, now that it's rolled over, what's it going to give me now? Efficiency 3, efficiency 2, and efficiency 1. I already bought a couple of books, so we have an efficiency 5 book. So I'm not really so excited about getting an efficiency 5. But let's see, what will it put on our sword? Sharpness 3, fire aspect, and sharpness 1. So I'm not really thrilled with any of those, so we're probably not going to use the enchantment table specifically today. So we have a grinder here, which will of course take the enchantment off of this book if I wanted it to, which I might actually use just because I don't particularly like sharpness 1. We have another grinder there. And then we have our anvil here, which the anvil will do something really cool. So if I put 2 books in here, it will give us and I put Silk Touch and Mending, it will give us a book that says Silk Touch and Mending. And it's going to give us an enchantment cost of 6. So we are going to go ahead and do that. And then we have another one in here, Fortune 3, along with, where's our other mending book? There it is. And that is going to be also an enchantment cost of 3. And you can see where down here my levels are going down. And we are actually going to put that Fortune 3 mending here. And you can see where it says enchantment cost 9. And we're going to add one more thing to that first. Now, when you are putting books in here, you might want to flip them around, because that can change the enchantment cost. Adding Fortune 2 and Mending to our efficiency book costs 9. Adding efficiency to Fortune and Mending only costs 6. Now, the only thing I would want to add to this would be Unbreaking 3. But you can see how our enchantment went up from 9, our enchantment cost went up from 9 to 16 by adding that additional enchantment. So we will go ahead and take that. Now that one is a little bit more expensive because this only takes enchantments plus the book or whatever else you're putting in here. Now, if I put like a diamond and I put a second diamond pickaxe that was almost dead in here, it could heal up my pickaxe. And it will continue to allow you to do that until it says you can't anymore. I won't have to do that because I did put mending in here because we have a mending villager that will give it to us, mending to us for 10 emeralds. So, I think that is all. Oh, we have one more thing to do. Great, let's see if we can do this really quick without getting spotted. There we go. Next thing we do is we are going to grab this clay. And I did not get the enchantments to fully power up our bow. But we will be going back here and you will get to see what amount. So it will show, we only have a level of 3. So it will not give us this level 30 enchantment of Unbreaking 3. This is level requirement 30. We only have 11. So it will offer us Power True and Power 1. So, we are going to go ahead and take Power 1 on it for the moment. Hold on a minute. It's only going to cost us 4. So, Lapis, Power 1. Get a Power 1 Infinity Bow. I do Infinity because I don't want to carry around 50 million arrows. Infinity and Mending aren't inclusive on a bow, which means they cannot both be put on the same bow. So, yes, I'll have to keep making my bow, but I'll only have to carry 1 arrow in my inventory, whereas with Mending, I don't have to reforge my bow because I'll keep picking up experience, but I'll have to carry a ton of arrows to keep filling it. So, next episode, we will be heading into the Nether. But before that, I am going to go ahead and say thank you for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one.